Good morning, friends. How are we doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to today's stream. We're on day 4 of the Gimmighoul shiny hunt. So we'll be getting into it in a minute. Miguel, how are you doing? Arb, good to see you. Hope you're all well and having a good start to your Wednesday. And we'll jump straight into it. 340 checks so far. These Gimmighouls. No luck so far. Anyone else hunting? Hope we've had some luck with them. Hopefully the sound isn't bleeding over too much. I'm on the walking treadmill this morning. I thought I'd get some steps in while we do today's stream. But maybe today is the day that we get lucky. Hopefully it is. Natalie, good morning. Wendell, how are we doing today? Hope you're well. Luke, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing okay. This hunt is wearing me down, but it's all right. If we don't get lucky today, then I think we'll just take our foot off the gas with it. We will come back to it, and I'll make a priority to do this hunt at some point to get it once we've got everything else sorted with the hot gold, soul silver, shiny only Nuzlocke, and that's all done. So is there another raid event for Gimmighoul? It's running right now, HM3. So you've got like today and tomorrow now, ends tomorrow night. So it's been running for about a week. It's a brutal hunt. It is a brutal hunt. And I don't know how many. You never know. We might get very lucky today. We might. We could get very, very lucky. But who knows? But yeah, so once tomorrow rolls around, you can not go online, of course, after the event ends, because the Metagross 7 Star Tera Raid event goes live tomorrow night. It's a Friday. Once that starts, the Gimmighoul event's gone, which is kind of sad, because you've got the Mouse Outbreak events that are happening at the minute as well. Olio, good morning. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Wadey, good to see you. Hope you're doing good, mate, and thank you so much for the shiny vibes. Definitely gonna need them. HM3 snap. Wasn't even aware of this one. So busy with work lately. Maybe I can catch the last few hours though. You've definitely got time, and I mean, like, if you're quite happy to not connect your Switch online after the event ends, then you can keep this event in your game, so you can spend as much time as you need to hopefully get the shiny eventually. But it's just whether or not you kind of are happy missing out on mystery gifts that are coming up and other Tera Raid events and stuff like that, which I don't know. It's easy if you've got 2 copies of the game, because I feel like I'm happy doing that on my Violet copy, but with my Scarlet, I know we've got NAIC coming up, so we're going to get a mystery gift Pokemon for that. And you've got all the pseudo legendary raids as well happening, which is kind of like, if you're collecting the mightiest marked Pokemon, you kind of want to get each and every one of them, you know? So if you've only got one game, it's a bit tricky. There we go, Gimmighoul number 1 down. I don't think this is shiny though. We'll not be beating all of them. I just need some resources in game. Definitely not shiny. Slightly Taco, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, I used a lot of resources putting those builds together for the Metagross stuff this week, and I need some more just in case we need to put a few other things together in game when the event goes live. So I've been doing the odd 5-star when I've come across them, just to get a few resources in game. I think this is the next one. My copy of Scarlet is still missing. Kids have lost it somewhere. Oh no. Oh, need like a little tracking device in these carts just to be like, okay, we can find them. Like an air tag. Yeah, that's true, Olio. You can keep the current event only update. Yeah. It's just making sure you don't go online with it, you know? 2 in a row. We like that. It'd be the most amazing find though. If we managed to find it on stream, it would be so cool. Luke, good morning, mate. How are you doing? No. Mashallah, I have not found the shiny yet, my friend. We will keep going today, though. We'll see if we can get lucky. And I honestly, like I said on Monday's stream, I think it is like a lottery win, you know, at this point. With the amount, if you wanted to do it in the time that you've got for the event running, every time I'm like, is it? It's not. We'll beat this one as well. Luke, good to see you though, mate. How you doing? Fowlen, how are we today? Hope you're well. This Cinderace, if it ever returns, my Sylveon will maul him. I have a Suian Samurott, the Mightiest Mark 1, built for this one. Nice, nice. It's a good one. Good to hear, Luke. Good to hear, mate. It's way easier drinking out of a bottle than it is drinking out of a mug when you're walking. Coffee might have to just wait till we're finished getting our steps in. I forgot again to lift out my Poké Walker. I need to do it. Next time we do this, I need to get the Poké Walker out. Okay. Definitely Mr. Grey. Of course, we've got the final, is it the Grand Challenge, Global Challenge this week? I think it's the last one of the season. So it's the first one that we've got in Regulation I for the double restricted format. So if you're interested in comp play, make sure you get signed up to that with your team before tomorrow evening when signups end. And that starts Friday, runs over the weekend. So that should be quite good. Do you want to play in it? Really want to use Ho-Oh. So we'll see. I haven't locked anything in yet. I'll probably leave it till tomorrow night to do that. But is anyone else planning to play the event? 3-star. So I think Friday, we probably go back to the Soul Silver Dratini hunt. But I did have an idea. We could start our playthrough of Colosseum and do the Dratini hunt alongside it. So we're kind of making our way towards working our way through Colosseum so we get to that end game where we can do the shiny hunt for the Croc Rock. And we also kind of do the Dratini at the same time. I was thinking that might be a good way to approach it. It would just mean we weren't doing double Dratini resets. How's everyone feel about that though? Friday, maybe a bit of Colosseum? Farlin, yes, I am, mate, yeah. I've had a walking treadmill for the longest time, but what day was it last week? Was it Friday last week we did it? And I busted out, I was like, I'm just going to stream with it. So get some steps in while we're doing it. Hopefully the noise isn't bleeding over too much. Did you get the shiny? Continuing your hunt. We have not, Zeus, we have not got the shiny yet. We are still going strong. With no luck so far. It's crazy as well, the amount of hours that we've put in just for checking 343 is just nuts. That's awesome. I'm pleased you don't hear it. Because that was one of my biggest worries. I think why I've hesitated putting it off for such a long time. That and having a bad ankle, but I always felt like it's pretty noisy. Like if I ever have it on and I'm watching something, I need the volume like cranked so high up just to be able to hear it. But now I understand the magnitude of this hunt. It's like, which makes me want to get it even more, I think. just because I'm like, yeah, if I manage to get this one, it's like a huge tick on the things to do in Scarlet and Violet. Be nice if we could break the 400 mark today. Got 6 shiny Growlithe during the event. Shame they don't have the Hisuian one alongside it. That would have been so cool, wouldn't it, if they'd just done them side by side for this event. Missed the trick. That would have been great. Each Life, how are we doing today? Once again, still awake. Wishing big luck to everyone here for the shiny looties. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. Definitely need. That is. We'll beat it. We'll beat it just to double check. It would be so good though to get it. But it's like at this point, like, we haven't got much time to host it, so I don't know how many. A bunch of you would be able to get it still. You just have to like just constantly stay online hosting until the event ended tomorrow. But that would be a good problem to worry about. Beta, how are you doing today? Hope you're well. Thanks as always for hopping in and joining the stream. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Whoosh. Another ghoul down. Yes, walking treadmill, my friend. Getting some steps in today when we stream. I don't know if you guys, I'm trying to get, like, now my ankle's fine, I'm really trying to get back into being a lot more active so I can start trying to get back into my running as well. I went to a park run, a junior park run with Thea on Sunday. She's 5 years old and she smashed it out of the park, like literally. Very proud moment, because I was just like, she did it in like 11 minutes 20 seconds, which was just incredible. And I definitely got humbled, and I was like, wow, I am totally way off any sort of timing that I think would be good. So it's made me kind of realize that I need to like step things up a little bit. So doing this helps out along the way, but I've got a long way back to get where I want to be. Running prodigy, mate. I hope so. I don't want to like over encourage it though, but I definitely want to encourage it. But she's never done any distance like that ever before, and I was like, she's gonna be able to manage it, because it's at a decent speed. It's a long way when you've got little legs, so I was like getting sure, but nah. She was like talking to me when we were running. I'm like, stop talking. I didn't say this, but I was thinking, I stopped talking, I can't breathe. And she's just like, yeah, just chatting away to me while we're doing it. So I'm like, just got the stamina. This one's a good run. We've had a lot of 5 stars this one. We don't normally get as many, which is great to see. I always think the fire raids are going to be the one that has the shiny in it for some reason, but I don't know. So draw, how are we doing today? Caught 12 shiny Growlithe last night. Had an outbreak besides Apple Hills. Only required wandering backwards and forwards. Too easy. Nice. Congrats on the 12 though. That is a good haul. Such a great shiny as well. Riley, good morning, mate. How are you doing? How's your Wednesday? How's your week going? It's definitely the grey one. It's definitely grey. Personal best is 11 shinies in one day. Darling, that's still good, mate. But 12 is crazy from one outbreak as well. That is a good haul. Loneliness potato. Last time shiny Gimmighoul came around, I got a perfect shiny. Congrats. Were you like, did you count how many raids you checked or anything? That's incredible though. You think we'll see 7-star Garchomp before Switch 2 comes out? Maybe it'll be very close. I think, yeah, it's gonna fall right over the release date, isn't it? It depends if we have like the back-to-back raid events. So the following week after the Metagross ends after the second time out, then yes. But if they do what they've been doing, where we have a break week, no, we should do. So it should be, we should get the Garchomp raid on the... I did get a shiny track in. Can't remember, was that EUIC, one of the EUICs, which is cool. But that's, I think, the only shiny I've had from a raid event. Man, this respawn has been brilliant. We can get this many 5-star raids every time we respawn like we have this one. I'm gonna fly through these resets. I had so many. I had like a little bit of time last night. I had so many where I'd be like getting one 5-star raid every time I respawned. It'd be like, it took me 15 minutes just to do one check. I'm so thrown off today though, because everyone I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't feel 100% sure that it's not the shiny, when I should be at this stage being like, yeah, no shiny, yes shiny. Favorite shiny that I caught in a raid is a Milotic. Nice, that is a super nice one. I have a lot of luck at EUIC. I remember my first Pogo shiny I ever got was a shiny Feebas, just randomly from a wild encounter, which was pretty cool. It's still a Feebas now. I need to evolve it. James, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Your hunt is going well. Not able to stay long this morning. Hope you find the shiny soon. Thank you so much, mate. How is everyone doing your end? Hope everyone's feeling a lot better though, mate, and you're doing all right. As always though, good to see you. No shiny. Love to hunt the costume shinies like Captain Hat Pikachu. I would love to get any of those like special costume ones in a shiny form. That would be so cool. Got a random shiny Beldum in my first raid. Wow. That is a great catch, Dave. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that these pseudo legendary raids that we've got at the minute, they just taking the shiny lock off them. Would have been kind of cool to like go in and have a shiny Metagross. That respawn, I think it did, yeah. Wow, there's literally no event raids on this part of the map. Nothing at all. Trying so hard to get the Professor Pikachu in Go, but the task's so hard. What are the tasks to complete it? I'm still on the grind for the Mew event that I paid for like 2 years ago. I'm still finishing off the research for that. It will happen one day. And anyone remember the Mewtwo raid in Sword and Shield? Sword and Shield Mewtwo raid. Was that where you could only beat it, but you couldn't capture it? trying to remember. There was a couple where you could only go in and beat the raid. It seems so pointless for an event. Gotta win 100 Pokestop showcases and have maybe, oh wow. Oh man, that's gonna take such a long time to do. That is brutal, Dave. Pokemon, how are you doing today? I hope you're well, my friend. Good to see you, as always. There we go, that's what we like to see, those 5 stars. So many spoofers in my area, so I'm always 2 to 10. Oh, that is annoying, David. Do they not like constantly clamp down on the spoofers, or is it really hard for them to kind of identify who's doing it? It's really, yeah, level 100 and not catchable. I vaguely remember it. I remember them doing a few like that in Sword and Shield, where it was like the raid event was really cool, but it was like, nah, you can't catch this one. You think? Okay, thanks. The only reason I'm like checking most of them is every time I'm coming into it, the buckle's normally the indicator here, and the buckle, the Gimmighoul to me seem different colors, but it could just be my eyes today. Spoofing isn't that hard to catch in Pogo, but they rely more commonly reports and timing stats. Okay. It's risky though, because if you've like sank hundreds of hours into your account, it can get banned, can't it? Because you can get like soft banned and then hard ban. I wouldn't want to risk it. I feel like I've put too many, like, not that I play it like religiously, but I've still put a lot of hours into Pokemon Go, so I feel like I lost that account. So sad. Crazy Lemon, good to see you. How many miles? What have we done? We've nearly done 2k so far today, so not too bad. See how many steps we do at the end. And I've got my phone in my pocket, so we should be able to see how many by the end of the stream. Dr. Seawood, how are we doing today? Phil, 2 shiny Basculins and Arceus. Oh, they have to be so skittish. Sorry to hear that, mate. I hope the next one is not a fail. You reclaim it nice and easy. Legends Arceus is brutal for those sort of hunts though. Wow, you got a level 50 account. Wouldn't want to lose. No, definitely not. It's not even worth considering at that point. I think I'm level 38, 37, 38. There's like a general pattern because I don't play consistently, but I normally will level up at this stage about once a year, I think. So I've just got to get on the grind a little bit more and try and max out my level. It's my fault. I always freak and forget to save when I hear the sound. Oh mate, I've done that so many times. It was a Binary that I did it with recently in PLA, and I was like kicking myself. I was like, why didn't I save? Why? It's like, yeah, too late when it's gone. So frustrating though. Do this one next. Pokemon, I'm really confused because I see you strutting and playing Pokemon. I am on a walking treadmill, so that would be the reason why. Got 3 iron bundle with 1 sandwich, no shiny charm. Nice, congrats. I do really like shiny iron bundle. I wonder if it'll start to see a little bit more playing competitive now. Because it's so hardly any play in Regulation G. But I've always thought it's with the booster energy, it's I mean, even without the booster energy, if you're playing it with Miraidon with the Quark Drive activation, it's so strong. Then you can afford to like sash it as well, which is kind of nice. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of utility. It can hit pretty hard as well. My latest shiny in Pokemon Go was in Let's Go. Nice. The 4 broken chain and 255 cord combo. I got a shiny Squirtle. Nice. Awesome. Crazy Lemon. Such a cool shiny to get. Was that up by Nugget Bridge? Mr. Holbrookie upgraded membership to Shiny Squirtle Squad. Thank you so much, mate, for the support. And I hope you're having a great day. James, take care of yourself, mate. And hopefully catch up with you soon. Mr. Holbrookie. This, you can tell me. Shiny, no shiny for this one. It's all about hitting excellent throws in Pogo. You get 10 times experience for excellent. Oh, I'm terrible at it. I'm so inconsistent with it. I've been doing a bit of Let's Go hunting recently, so I had to get a Squirtle myself. I don't know how many I checked. I want to say it was 150 to 200 range. So it wasn't too bad. I think the worst that I had was Pidgey. Pidgey was a nightmare to get. Seems crazy because of the amount of Pidgey that's spawn in a lot of the like common areas, but just none was shining. Also filled a shiny Abra I was running with. Yeah, I heard the sparkles and it was mate. I still get annoyed at myself when I think one shiny fail I have, and it haunts me to this day. There's a shiny Alpha Abra, and I just couldn't save quick enough. Like I dropped down to save and it gone, it despawned, and I'm like, always think about it though. That specific one. Mr. Holbrookie, 14 months membership. Thank you so much, mate. I cannot say enough how much the support helps out the channel. So thank you once again. Professor Oak, how are you doing? Mighty good to see you. It's been over a year. You are one of my faves. Didn't make sense not to upgrade to support. Plus yesterday got shiny Latias in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon wormholes with one single reset. Wow, that's crazy. Couldn't believe it. Love it when that happens. Is that the first one out of the legendaries on that game that you've had at like that first encounter? I know the feeling, mate. It's like so unexpected. I remember getting the Kyogre like that and being like, wow, just spun me out completely. If only more hunts were like that. Professor Oak, I was very sad at the result last night. I think you did well. I think out of Bossa, that could have been the final of the Champions League, to be fair. And yes, above Nugget Bridge. Yeah, that's exactly where I got mine from as well. I lost a shiny unknown in Go once. Oh, that is painful, especially in Go. Oh, nice. Almost done with the shiny Meloetta. Research to get that shiny Meloetta. That's going to be cool. I do like the Dex research rewards that we get. Don't like doing the Dex completion so much, but the rewards are good. Taking a shiny break, it just felt like a great reward. Lost before it was 45. Wow, 45 for Zelf. Hopefully that's a sign of like more to come, mate. 10 coins, that will be handy. My first shiny was Chansey. Well, in Friend Safari and X was my first Pokemon game. I had no idea why that thing was green. That is very cool. Really cool feature to shiny hunting. We were talking about it. It'd be great to see some sort of iteration of the Friend Safari come back in ZA. Luke, you got a shiny Baneri in Pokemon Go yesterday. Nice. Congrats, mate. Such a great shiny as well. Get that one ready for ZA when it drops. Last shiny was Milotic at 150 Pokemon. Nice, Pokemon. Over 400 attempts of shiny Rayquaza attempts in Shield. Oh, that is brutal. Have you got the shiny charm in Shield as well? Like, even if not, you're still like way over odds. The shiny was in original gold. Wow, that's one to definitely shout about. As a kid, did not know that it was shine. It was an Elix Forest, Headbutt a Tree. Shiny Beedrill spawn. Wow. On your battery died after the catch. That is just cruel. Rich, good morning, mate. How are we all doing today? Doing good, mate. How are you doing? Got the shiny charm. That is like 4 times over odds. That's ridiculous. I can't imagine how frustrating it is when you get shinies that aren't the target. Like just the Pokemon that you get from the route. But you've had a good few of those. First shiny is Zubat in Crystal version. I was still a kid. That's a cool shiny. Green Zubat. Is it green in Crystal as well? I think it is. Trying to picture the sprite. You guys have had some banger first shinies. Badoo in Diamond. Accidentally knocked it out. No. The horror stories as well. As you know, I've got all the style points with my first shiny being a Fearow, so I do not win any trophies for that. Really good, mate. Just out and about visiting clients, but my copy of Pokemon Platinum arrived. Nice, mate. Awesome. Hopefully starting that this weekend. That is exciting. I'm excited for you, mate. Have you decided on your starter? Or are you just going to see how you feel at the time? Currently soft resetting Mesprite while gathering friend codes for Friend Safari. I need some shinies from there. Awesome, mate. Good luck with the Mesprite. Hopefully it shows up nice and early, like sub 100. That would be perfect. Dave, first shiny was Golbat and Cerulean Cave. Leaf Green. Wow. That is very cool. The Golbat. I do love the Zubat line. Pretty confident that is not a shiny, so we can just carry on. Don't have the shiny Charm and Violet, but I wish I could get that gold psychic Pokemon. Maybe the legends or the shiny legendaries would be great. The Ruin legendaries, I'd love to be able to get those. We've got such nice shinies as well. Got a shiny Pancham, Luke. Yeah, definitely get that ready for porting up to ZA. I wonder how long it'll be. It's normally a few months before we get like home compatibility with a new game. So I'd imagine like February time. If it drops in November. Might be a bit sooner if we get it a bit earlier. Game Freak and Nintendo just did a virtual Pokemon console on the Switch, slowly adding past games with home connectivity. I'd be so damned happy. Oh, me and you both. I think, to be honest, I think like it's probably Nintendo probably have wanted those games on the virtual console for a long time. And I could imagine it's Pokemon that's probably been like, no. Because the draw to pull in new subscriptions with just those games, I think, is massive. But I think Pokemon probably, if they do it, they want it as a virtual console release. And then you've got the issues of the save states as well. So that's kind of an argument, I guess, for Pokemon to be like, we're not putting them on your online service until you get that sorted out. So hopefully with Switch 2, we see the virtual console games come onto that platform. That'd be awesome. But like, I'm getting greedy now. I feel like I want all the DS titles on there as well. Like, don't just give us up to Gen 3. Give us all the DS back catalogue. It'd be cool if we saw something like that. Because it feels so weird getting I think, specifically for Black and White, and we had all that rumor mill about us getting Black and White remakes. And then now we've got this TCG set that's Black and White themed. And we've kind of got no game to coincide with it, which, I don't know, it feels odd. More like half a year for home compatibility. Probably more like it. Maybe not though, because we're probably going to get a big update with Champions dropping. So hopefully, you would hope they would do the big update for Champions and then have the ZA compatibility inside that as well, like the new Mega Pokemon. So it might be sooner, maybe not as well though. More battle online, learn about shiny hunting. Takes patience. Alright, I'm ready for battle. Yeah, you need a lot of patience for the shiny hunts, especially this one. This one is definitely one of those. We still have to figure out how to do the DS games on Switch. Yeah, I wonder how they would do it. If you could turn your Switch like vertical maybe and play it that way. I don't know how easy that would be to do though. I miss my original gold file since my first shiny play was gold. The gold Pidgey. I'm exactly the same with my original red. I wish I still had that save file. It's got like all my, so many competitive Pokemon on there, like built in game, and like the Pokemon that I take into tournaments and done well with, you know, gone forever. It's very, very sad. Thank you for Esk, I appreciate it, mate. Definitely need all the luck we can get for this one. Is there a goal for you to hit in this hunt in terms of checks? So you're just going to do as many as possible? I'd like to get 400 done today, Riley, but I think overall, obviously after today, I won't be able to stream tomorrow. So it's kind of the end of this event, online at least. And I will come back to this, and I think I will keep going with it. But I don't know. I think the first step is getting to odds, right? And then kind of going from there. But that is a lot of hours. I was saying on Friday, might start the Colosseum run alongside doing the Dratini resets in Soul Silver, so we can get a little bit of a head start on Colosseum and get closer to that post game. So I think that might be a good thing to do. And the Dratini resets, doing them at the same time is kind of fine. It should be all right to do. signups have definitely reset. So yeah, Friday we'll probably do that. And then I guess the Dratini, once we got that in Soul Silver, then we'll go for the Ho-Oh. And then we'll take on Red, Mount Silver. Imagine if we lose against Red. We have to start the whole run again. Ah, brutal. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be all right. Not a big fan of the being limited, because being able to play the game online to participate in things like Grand Challenge, that's what, yeah. Like, I definitely am going to play the Grand Challenge, and I want to do the Metagross raid this weekend, so this event in my Scarlet is going to be leaving, which I wish I'd started the hunt on Violet so I could have just continued it there. But I'll probably keep it in Violet and then just not use that to go online until I hopefully get it, whenever I get it. So why did Game Freak stop giving out Pokemon as prizes for participating in online battles? That was one of the reasons I did online battles. Yeah, it's strange. I kind of had a feeling this year with when they announced all of the Grand and the Global challenges that we might get through legendary Pokemon as like rewards to encourage people to get involved with the online battling, but yeah, it's strange that they kind of stopped doing that. Does that look slightly lighter to anyone else, or is that just, again, just me? Julian, how are you doing today? Hope you're well. Who's my favorite restricted duo so far in Reg I? I would have to say, oh, that is so tough. I think personally for me, I really like two duos, and it's more this week since I've started diving a little bit deeper into it. Like, I always like Calyrex Terapagos, and I still really stand behind that duo, and I think it's really strong. But I would probably say Ho-Oh and Miraidon, or Miraidon and Ice Rider, I think are probably my two favorites, whether they're the best or not. But I really like Ho-Oh a lot in a dual restricted format. They're probably my favorites at the moment, I think. Nah, that's definitely not. We'll catch it anyway, just to double check. What about yourself, Julian? Who's your favorite duo in the moment in Reg I? Yeah, having another version will solve the issue for sure. So that's the case, you're fine. Simply grabbed one from a host because it's hard to find. Nah, mate, I don't blame you. Nice that you've got it though. I think I was saying that earlier. It's great if you've got 2 copies of the game, but if you don't, if you've only got 1, then it's not really an ideal situation. Shadow Rider Terapagos is very impressive because of the fighting types. Getting knocked out by Hiss or Drain Kiss, spanning forces, yeah. That's why I like it. I played a lot with Terapagos and Reg G. And then towards the end of Reg G, I finally gave it in and started playing a lot more Shadow Rider. So it just feels natural that that's what I should concentrate on, because I'm very comfortable with kind of both. So why not combine them? But I don't know. There's something about Ho-Oh that it's typing so good against a lot of like those annoyingly good non-restricted Pokemon. For that reason, and with Regenerator, it's just such a good sponge to bring in, take an attack, switch out, reposition, put a lot of pressure on. I like it a lot as a Pokemon, and I think Combine that with like a Moongus as well, have double regenerator on your team. It can be quite strong. That hasn't went up at all. Right, there's the next one. Rich, I'm a couple of minutes behind, but I entirely agree. Would actually compete in the global challenge. Legendaries were given away as prizes for competing. Yeah, and I think for the Galarian birds, when they did those, you only had to complete 3 battles. And if it was definitely to encourage more players to play, you could even increase the number of battles that you had to do to get the rewards, you know? Because they're shinies, people would definitely take the time to make sure to do it if it was about wanting to increase the numbers and stuff like that for the events. But yeah, the rune legendaries, like we were talking about though on Monday's stream, the amount of shiny locked Pokemon is pretty much tripled in Gen 9. So that it's not like they're wanting to give away shinies as freely this generation as they have in the past. But I guess it's kind of keeping their powder dry for events in the future. So if they do have downtime where they don't have as many, I guess, new games releasing and things like that, then they've got all of these different legendaries that are shiny locked and Pokemon that are shiny locked that they could do shiny events for to keep that interest, you know, in between releases. Fair choice. Personally, I'm going with Koraidon Lunala. It's hard to justify not using Miraidon with all of its yeah, that's exactly how I feel with Miraidon. Lunala is amazing, and don't get me wrong, I think the Flamingo, it's hard to look past Lunala, I think, with the tools that it's got. And I do like it a lot, and I think that core's really, really strong. I was watching some of the Terra Square tournament from Japan yesterday. They've got all of their recent tournament updated on YouTube, and Shadow Rider Zamazenta won, but that was a best of 1 tournament, so it's not quite the same as what we'd see. Been hunting shiny alpha Ursaring for the last few days. No Ursaring yet, but just encountered a shiny alpha Carnivine. Nice, congrats, that's awesome, Luke. A cool shiny to get. Good luck with the Ursaring as well. I hope you get it soon. Yeah, it was nearly 40 shiny locked Pokemon I think we tallied up in the end. Do you think the Pokemon games are becoming too childish and easy? No, I don't think they're becoming that. I think they've always been easy. I would say there's elements in the games that are probably getting harder, and I think it's a really difficult one, right? Because if you've played them for a long time, the next one's inevitably going to be easier because you know what you're doing in the games, so you've got that knowledge base. Coming in for a first time though, now to Pokemon Red, I don't know, I would say these games like Scarlet and Violet, I would say is probably a harder game to play than like something like Gold, Silver and Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. I mean, depends how you look at it. Like Battle Frontier and Emerald, Battle Factory I should say, it's ridiculous, right? If you wanted to go deep in it. Then you've got like the Reggie stuff, which is just, I don't know how you'd figure that out for yourself if you didn't like have help with a guide. So that is hard. But then you look at something like the Mewtwo 7-star raid event that we had And I know it wasn't part of the playthrough, but it was definitely a part of the game. And that's probably one of the hardest things we've had, like, full stop, in a Pokemon game. So, I don't know. And then you look at, like, Legends Arceus and the boss battles in those games. Like, they're not super tough, but they're not easy by any stretch of the imagination. So when they're, like, sandboxing new games and new battle features and mechanics, they're definitely increasing the difficulty to kind of match the audience, I guess, as they get a bit older. But I would never class a Pokemon game in that difficulty level, you know? There's not many Nintendo titles that I would really class in, like, the really difficult games, you know? Like Zelda is a good example, I guess. It's probably on that upper end of difficulty, whereas like Mario, Pokemon, like what other games that we have? I don't know. They never really seem like, man, I am like struggling to get through this game sort of thing. It's just generally not the vibe of a Nintendo game. It's definitely not shiny, this one. I'm gonna commit. Epi, the odds are 1 in 4,103 for the raid. So, and it's finishing up tomorrow. Yeah, so, but you can get this in game and just not go online, and you'll keep the event in game to give yourself as much time as you need. It just might mean missing future raid events or future mystery gifts in your game because you can't go online. So as soon as you do, after tomorrow, the event would disappear. And I don't know how many more times this event's going to come back around now. With this getting closer to this year. And you think, are we ever going to get a return of this event? Maybe not. So this might be the last chance. This is the third time this event's dropped. I think more games, it's about 95% easy, but there's always that 5% that's quite a bit difficult. I haven't gone back to try and catch Arceus yet because of how tough the initial attempt was. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of like scoping it, you know? I think that's probably, but I don't mind it being like easy because it means you can kind of get through the game and enjoy the story and everything that the game's like made up to be, you know? And it depends how you approach the game as well. You can make it more difficult if you want. Like some of my first playthrough of Scarlet was like some of the Team Star battles, because I was so underleveled going into them. They were pretty tough. It took me like a few attempts to do so. It's like on a scale, isn't it? Where if you just grind your levels and get everything to crazy height to take stuff on, it's always going to be a lot easier. But you can kind of limit yourself to make the game a little bit harder when you need to. Dominic, how are we doing today? Hope you're well. Yeah, like the Scarlet and Violet was easy to progress, but we could find ways to challenge us. Exactly that, yeah. But there's plenty of stuff, I think, in like every Pokemon game that does have that difficulty factor, you know. Whether you're like, especially in the older games, if you're looking at it from a competitive standpoint, were definitely a lot harder to get competitive ready Pokemon. Like it was, look at this Girafarig just wanting to ruin our day. Whereas now it's so much easier to get competitive ready Pokemon, which is great. So in that respect, it's a lot easier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100 wins in a row in BDSP. That is tough. And those challenges in the games, in the post games and stuff like that, you get when they're there, they are difficult. Julian, anyone here knows a community hosting those shiny raids? I'm giving up on finding one myself. It's just brutal looking for people hosting. I don't know any off the top of my head, mate. But someone in chat will probably know. Yeah, Riley, that's the spirit, mate. We're about to be hosting one. You never know. You never know. I understand that you're saying. Guess it depends on perspective. Yeah, I think that's Chaos the Boy. I think that's basically it. But I think that at least the AI could be gradually better, or just levels, or at least have a difficulty mode. Like, yeah, I do agree with you. I think a difficulty mode would be great, and like some toggle on off options on stuff like experience share and things like that would be really cool to have, where you could just customize the game from the start with how you want to approach it. Nope. That is a silver coin. Right, next then, the dark type. Is this going to be the lucky one? Lars, I would like a system where trainers gyms scale with you. If you do like a repeatable thing, you can choose what level the other trainers is, as in like level 65, but you can set it to level 100. That would be very cool. Yeah, I'd love to see like level scaling in a playthrough. Be awesome if there was ever a feature where you could kind of set a level cap as well before each gym and each challenge that you went into, like an auto level cap that would never be higher than, so you couldn't level up higher than what the next challenge was going to be, you know. That'd be really cool to see something like that. So Soggy, how are we doing today, mate? Good to see you. Good morning to you as well. On the charge again today for this shiny Gimmighoul. Could this be the one? In the Blueberry Academy, they were really difficult in comparison with the rest. Yeah, they were a lot higher level, like strategy based as well, which was really cool to see. More of that sort of thing would be great, I think, and would probably encourage more people to get involved with like the competitive side of the game. But I think competitive's doing really well now, especially over the last couple of years. I think Wolf in a big way has helped that, and you've got a lot of other content creators helping it. But then when you have like content creators that aren't in that generic VGC space, like Joy, and coming in, doing so well. I think it's so good for the competitive scene because it's giving like people that maybe aren't huge fans of EG a reason to like cheer on someone, get involved and watch it, and hopefully those people kind of stick around, maybe want to get involved themselves. So we need more of the agency to come in and content creators like that, I think, into competitive Pokemon. There's enough reasons now too as well. It's fun. There's enough prize money as well to like pull people in if that's a reason for wanting to compete, you know? So the shiny song is here. Here we go, let's crown it. This next 5-star raid, we've got to find it while this song's playing. It will be guaranteed shiny. I wish it worked like that. I need to go back. What tune was playing when we managed to find the Deoxys? Be interesting to see. Imagine if it was this. Well, there it is, a normal. Gonna be a 5-star. So then, Chick, how are we doing today, mate? Hope you're well. Oh, the song's finished. But we identified the raid when it was playing, so... Oh, it's only a 3-star anyway. I cast Shiny Gimmighoul to the stream. In this raid then, right here, this water type one. I've not got the skills to walk and drink at the same time, unless it's in a bottle. Also reminds me of like a ride to school I got one morning with a friend's dad, and made us like cups of tea before we left, which I found kind of, it was nice of him to do, but I found it kind of weird because it was so early. And I remember trying to drink this cup of tea in the ride, and it was just like the worst experience I've ever had. Drinking anything, because it was like I scalded myself like about 100 times, and there was like about maybe that much of the tea that I actually was able to drink. Like every bump, it would be like all over. Disaster. This is giving me that kind of vibe. Well, it's nowhere near as bad. Don't think it's shiny. Or is it? Is it like anyone else? Would you say that was like, would you say this is, it's not? Because that looks to me like it's a lighter shade than the buckle, but I don't know, it could just be the angle that it is in the raid. Who knows? But I'm not as convinced as I was. Like Monday, I felt like then I went into, I was like, nah, that's not. Yeah, we've reached the bargaining stage. 100%. My eyes have just give up on me to be like deciphering whether a shiny is there or isn't there. We've cheered. Moment of truth. Sounds like my missus who insists on trying to do a nail varnish in the car when we're going somewhere, even though there are a million speed bumps in Dalton. Mate, I feel like it's like a special skill in itself that I was just not equipped with. Well, the resources are always useful. I like that it drops the Kelpsy berries as well. Exactly that. Here's the boy. I think this hunt will be the end of me. Like, I do wonder how long. It is just going to be that. It is going to be luck. I think we're just going to have to. I'm hoping we don't have to get to full odds with it over time. Because that will be. I mean, even getting to 1,000 checks is pretty time consuming. As a kid, I remember my dad shaving in the car. What? Shaving? I wouldn't even attempt that. Wait to drop us off at school and work. Bump. Ripped half his mustache off. My brother and I died laughing. Mate, that must have... Oh. When you wish you had like a camera on hand to record that. The big question is, what was the decision from there? Did he decide to rock the half tash? Did he commit to just getting rid of it all? Depends how much you love the mustache. Would you just be like, no, I'm keeping this half? Determined, just be like, ignoring it, anything had happened. It'll grow back, it'll be fine. Bits of Dreaming, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great Wednesday yourself. Great to see you as always. And another 5-star, there we go. Love to see it. Draconified, good to see you, mate. On Monday, I got a second shiny Paradox Pokemon, full odds, Iron Thorns, and now Iron Hands. Nice. Congrats, both bangers. What's the next target? When the game goes in the raids, I caught one shiny. Wow, that's amazing. That is like a dream. This is what makes me feel even less confident about this event. Like, out of all of the raids I've ever done, I've never had a shiny in a raid before. I feel like my Scarlet and Violet copy, well, my Scarlet copy is like cursed. Pretty sure that's not a shiny. What do I think about the new black and white pack? It looks really cool. It'd be interesting to see the sets overall. It gives me very much and it shouldn't give me this vibe, because I think it's going to be generally a very good set, but I get very much seeing the chase cards of the Tornadus and the Thunderous in each set gives me very much emerging power vibes, and that is probably one of the all-time worst sets that we've ever had in Pokemon. So I'm like, did I check this? I don't think I checked this. Oh, I must have done. But yeah, it looks really cool. I like the artwork on the boxes. The Reshiram, Zekrom art's cool. So I just hope that the set lives up to the hype. But yeah, what about yourself? Glacy Cat, good to see you. Thank you so much for the good luck today. I'll take it. Take it all. We need it. Hope you're having a great Wednesday though, and thanks for hopping in, joining the stream. Most of the raid, you do 7 stars and a shiny lock. That is kind of true, Olio, but I think back to, you know, when I did all the raid builds for like 5 and 6 star raids, and then when I've been grinding like Herba Mystica before the raid events were like a common thing. So I must have done thousands of raids. I wish there was a way to kind of go in game and see how many raid dens you've done. There's like a little counter somewhere. But yeah, just never had any luck. But you're right, a lot of the 7-star ones I do concentrate on. They're shiny locked, so. Oh, I haven't seen the Larvesta and the Volcarona illustration rares. They're gonna be nice. I don't like shinies that are almost the same. For some reason, colors all start to like them. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think I like shinies that are like not quite so subtle. Goldingo, Gimmighoul definitely fall into that category. And they're a lot easier to hunt as well when they're a bit more, when they're definitely different. Thank you, Veda, and thanks for coming by the stream. Have a great day, and hopefully catch up with you soon, my friend. Maybe when you come back, we'll have some news like, we got it. Hopefully. Hunting Wiglet today. Got one shiny without Herba. Nice. Good luck with the rest of them. Are you going for one with a specific mark or anything? Or are you just getting the line or as many as you can nab while the event's running? But like the Pokemon games had counters for a lot of things. I think as well, the game AI for battling will probably get better, I think, in future games as we get, you know, but it would be, I think one of the things that I always like is like a difficulty mode. And it's a shame that they implemented it in Black and White 2, but never really built on that after that game. It's a dreaming. Do I collect Pokemon? I do, yeah. But I'm very kind of picky with what I pick up, especially in the current market. It's just, well, if you're involved in it, you know what the situation's like with the shortage of product and the price hikes and stuff like that. So I've been lucky enough to pick up some things that I've been looking for, but there's a lot of stuff that I've missed out on. And I still kick myself. I was lucky enough to get some Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Trainer, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes when they first dropped. I just saw, I got the tweet that they were up, went on, bought them, and I was like, never thought anything of it. I was like, cool. And then after, I think Birmingham Regional, I got home and Theo was really excited to open them. So we opened them together and I just wish I hadn't opened them. I wish I just kept them for like my sealed collection. I opened one maybe and kept one sealed because I'm like, probably not going to be able to get another Pokemon Center exclusively trainer box. Which is kind of sad, and I don't feel very confident about getting the is it the ultra premium collection or whatever they're calling it. I just feel like that's gonna be, I mean, I could probably get it, but I don't want to pay like crazy prices for stuff either, so no. Have them all, put them in my Scarlet copy of the game. Nice, mate. Mr. Holbrook, you've recently fallen in love with shiny Carvanha Sharpedo. Just beautiful shinies. Most of Gen 3. They are great shinies. Recently shiny hunt Sharpedo and Sword and Shield. That was a fun, easy hunt. It's a nice, easy hunt. But it's such a banger shiny. I agree with you. Great. They'll be coming back soon, hopefully, in ZA with their Mega Sharpedo. Jakuno, how are we doing today? Hope you're well. Getting that cardio in, yeah, getting the steps in. Know how far we've went so far today. 5.7k so far, not too bad. The next one, okay. When hunting for Gimmighoul, after beating it, zoom in and again That's when I knew mine was shiny. Yeah, I've been kind of doing that, beating it, just because you get such a better view of it when it's kind of half fainted floating around and there's no terrestrialization there. It makes it so much easier to spot. But thanks for the tip, mate. I appreciate it. Were you hunting long for yours, or did you get it quite quickly? Still so impressed that you managed that Master Ball Sneasel. Cracking some packs in the hunt for one, but nothing great yet. Riley, like I said at the time, mate, that card is yours if you want it. I've got no... I think I've give in to the fact that I'll probably not... I'd like the special illustration rares set of the evolutions. But I think I'm probably going to pick up the Japanese copies because they're so much cheaper. And it's the artwork that I really like, so I'm not really too fussed about having them English. But for the rest of the set, it's not a set that I'll be collecting for myself anyway. So, like I say, I should have put that in the parcel for you. Missed opportunity. I'm sorry, mate. Next time I see you, though, I will make sure to have it. Not that many raid events in this run. Draconified, I'm at 5,260 checks for Regirock. No luck yet. It's gotta come soon, mate. I can't believe you got that deep into the hunt and no shiny yet. Are you doing resets today? If you are, sending you some shiny luck your way, mate, and hopefully you get it. Can't imagine collecting the cards in today's market. I got a hard case 600 top loaders for my collection from the early 2000s. Wow, that's cool. What's like your big, like your favorite card from your collection? Been collecting since then though. You'll have some real gems on your hands. Dracuno, have you watched Milwaukee Regionals? Yes, I did. Yeah, Joey did great over the weekend. It was really nice seeing his run. Just talking about like how good it is for the competitive scene, having, you know, content creators. Maybe, you know, Joey's an amazing player, but never really taking that deep dive into VG so much. So now that Joey did and had a great run, it was awesome to see. So be good to see him back out at events. I don't know if that's shiny or not. But yeah, for the first Reg Eye Regional, I think it was a good one. Managed to crack a shiny Sneasel from Paldean Fates. Nice. That's awesome, mate. I've gone ahead and ordered some prints and magnets of all the ribbons and Pokemon. That's very cool, mate. That'll look awesome. They have all the original shinies. That is very cool, mate. That is very cool. Didn't they do a shiny set in black and white? Can't remember what set it was in the black and white era. You've got a shiny set from then. Facade. No, we can't use facade. What am I using? It's a ghost type. Oh man, come on. Gotta crunch this thing. Now the shield goes up. Awesome. Hasn't nullified our stats, I don't think, just yet. So we might be able to beat it. Not quite. I have 381 and 12 phases of Lunala and Dynamax Adventures. Might give up for the Ultra Beasts. So then, chick, don't give up on it. Not that deep into it. You'll get it soon. You just gotta keep going. It's like these moments that define the shiny hunt. Is there a shiny color that you want a fan of, or are there too many of? For me, it's pink shinies. Yeah, I know what you mean about the pink shinies. There are a lot of them. There is a lot that I do like, though. But it seems like the kind of go-to for a lot of Pokemon, which feels sometimes a little bit lazy, right? What other? I've not really thought about it in that sort of way, if there's too many of one color. I know what you mean about the pink though, but I don't know if there's any that really I would say it's like more the shinies of that Pokemon rather than what color they are. Like Dragonite, for an example. I always kind of think it could have been a way better shiny than it is. Scissor as well is another one that I always think, like, I don't dislike it, but it could have been a lot better than what it turned out to be. And I like a lot of the green shinies, like Espeon, Mewtwo, but there's vibrant greens. I really like those, but you get some of those, like, I don't know, the Scissor, especially in Scarlet and Violet, doesn't... Shiny's not as good, or at least the coloring I'm not a huge fan of. But it's always the subtle shinies that I'm more like, come on, you could have done such a better job with this, but it's just me personally, you know. Some people like the subtle shinies. First edition shiny Gyarados and Magikarp. Wow, nice. Shining Gyarados. And the Magikarp, to be fair, as well. First editions, Elliot, that's insane. There's some like real grail cards there. Almost everything from Gen 2, some from Gen 1 and 3 too. Wow. Okay, mate. I'll not mention what I got. I've got barely anything from like back then. A couple of Tyranitar cards. Obviously have the Neo T-Tar, which I always feels like the most iconic one. Not a first edition though. I do have a first edition Japanese, but doesn't really count the same. But yeah, that's awesome. Awesome collection, mate. Speaking of Reg I think Ho-Oh has a pretty good anti-meta Pokemon. The only downside is Terra reliant. Yeah, sometimes Terra reliant. I mean, Cornerstone's definitely one of those Pokemon that you're gonna have to watch out for, because it will just ruin your day. Miraidon as well. But I think you can get around those weaknesses pretty well by like comping out other things in your team, you know? I think Ho-Oh is just incredible when you look at it. Like, how well it can match up to a lot of things like Fluttermane, GU, a lot of the other Ogopons. That's definitely grey. But yeah, I do really like her a lot. Oh, so Denchik, you don't like shiny Aerodactyl? I actually really like shiny Aerodactyl. I think the pink with like the blue wings is really cool. It's one of my favorite like fossil shinies. Might be because I'm a big Aerodactyl fan as well, but Dragonair is incredible. I have to agree with you on that one. Actually, like shiny Dragonite for me, favorite Pokemon. Wobbuffet. So disappointed shini's pink. Yeah. Didn't quite, I don't know, it never really suit Wobbuffet to be. I think shiny Wobbuffet could have been a cool like black color, like deep black. That would have been cool. An old school collector, don't have anything new though. May, I think like if you give me the choice between the stuff that you've got and the stuff that I have, I would 100% pick what you have for sure. You know, that original shiny Magikarp card as well, when it got reprinted in Celebrations a few years ago, I was like, oh my god, like I can actually own the artwork of this card, because I just completely missed the boat picking it up when I was able to. I mean, the Grail cards for me personally would be the Gold Stars, but that's just that's never gonna. I'm never gonna be able to own any of the Gold Star cards, I would doubt. So you can just admire them from afar. But I do collect the Prime cards, but they're a little bit later on as well, so they're a set that I collect, and I do like the Primes. And they're starting to pick up a little bit now, so there's only a few that I need to actually finish the set. Trying to get them all in PSA 8. PSA 9's a little tough. I've got a few PSA 9 ones, but the majority are PSA 8. Be nice to get them upgraded over the years, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But once I get them finished, it'd be nice to get them like put on a display on the wall in the background. Dracuno, Game Freak really missed a chance for Reshiram, Zekrom to change their counterpart's color for their shinies. I agree with you. That would have been so cool if they'd done anything like that. I feel the same about like Armarouge and Cerulege. I feel like you could have just swapped the color palettes for both of them. It would have been really cool. Yeah, just Dr. Seagun, I agree with you. The future paradox. Why did they do them all silver? The opportunities there were definitely missed. Like, I don't mind them, but you think, wow, what you could have done with those paradox mons. Another 5-star. I was gonna say another shiny there, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I was 18 and then the army and Pokemon hits the States. Oh, Elliot's a prime time where you had like a bit of spare cash to just pick things up. Mate, that's such a... Because they'll be... Did you get any of them graded, or have you just kept them in like binders and stuff? That is very cool though. I love hearing about like people that have these like really cool like vintage Pokemon sets, like how they kind of started and so ahead of the game. Like you get so many people now that are just wanting to come in and, you know, make a quick buck from it all, but like genuine from the start collecting. I've still got like my base set from when I was a kid. The base set, it's in a binder, so I'm missing some holos, as you can imagine, but that is like a little slow project that I work on and do pick things up time and time, like the odd occasion when I see a good deal. But I have a feeling that the Zard's going to be the last piece of that puzzle. Not graded, kept them in binders, just moved them to hard top loaders. Better protection. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think binders can keep them safe for like a certain amount of time, but yeah, top loaders or semi-rages, just anything like that, definitely a better idea just to keep them in that good condition. Not shiny. I've never heard that, Dr. Seward. Potentially. I mean, if you've got them in sleeves, you're probably alright, but if they're like raw in a binder, I'd imagine, yeah, that could possibly happen. Like heat of the years of just being in there. That would be like, imagine your cards getting ruined just because you think you've like kept them in there and you go to get them out and they're just glued to the binder. I don't know what I would do. Cry. No problem, Elliot. Anytime, mate. I love hearing about like the older cards, because it's, you know, I think now especially it's probably past the point of where I'd be able to, there's a lot of cards that I would love to own, but I just think out of my price range really. So I liked chatting to people that have them and hearing the stories about getting them and stuff like that. It's really cool. Sedenchik never bought a Pokemon TCG pack, but really wanted to, but no way to get one, unfortunately. They're hard to pick up. I think they have like, it depends what you want. You can still go on like the Pokemon Center, I think US or UK. They still have some like Elite Trainer boxes. I was on there yesterday on the off chance that the new black and white set got like pre-release drops. And they had Shrouded Fable ETBs, which is cool. It's not one of my favorite sets though. But there was some stuff, I think Paradox Rift boosters as well, and Temporal Forces. So there's still product there, it's just probably the less desirable stuff. I mean, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, I think are decent sets. They're really good sets. They've got some really nice cards in, but Shrouded Fable, it's got some nice illustration rares. But nothing in that set really jumped out to me to be like, wow, I need that card. But of course, we got Destiny Rivals or Destined Rivals dropping later this month. Team Rocket set. And that one's been a hard one to do any pre-orders for. But what I'd always say is, you know, if you're new into collecting the cards, don't bite at FOMO or get like wrapped up in the FOMO too much, because yeah, you might not be able to pick these sets up now, but they will reprint this set, and Surgeon Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, they will reprint those, and they'll probably reprint some sets into the ground, so you'll be able to get them eventually. You just got to be patient. Just don't give in to the scalper prices. Lego Pokemon is going to be absurdly cold and overpriced. You probably, mate. When does that all drop? Have they like given us like release dates for stuff? Metacrest Aerodactyl has a Mega 2. It's a nice shiny. Yeah, I really like shiny Mega Aerodactyl. It's like that. I don't know many shiny Pokemon that have like that color blue. It's just on like the inlay of the wings. It looks so nice. I really like it. About to stop. What have you done? 7.4 kilometers. 7.4. We need to go. We check that. I can take a drink. That's all right. I wonder how many steps I've done. We'll check at the end of the stream, because I'll keep going for a little bit on it. I'd ideally like to get like 2 hours in. Right. Do I play Pokemon Go? Occasionally, yes. I really like it as a competitive game. But it's getting the Pokemon to play competitively that's obviously the hard thing, the barrier to entry for me as well. Whereas I'm already like quite engrossed in VG, so I'd always like spend my time, I guess, doing competitive there if I had the spare time to do. But I really like Go. It's definitely, I think, out of the other Pokemon games, if I got into any of them competitively, it would be that one. I just love it as a game. Everything about Pokemon Go I really enjoy. Just don't get that much time to play it. It's mainly where I live as well. We don't have a lot going on around my area, so not to pick up, but I'm from a country where Pokemon are not really popular. No Pokemon Center sends to. Oh, rip. Sedenchik. Should get some product and send it to you. That's what we should do. Say that's definitely the gray. That's definitely the gray one. Really like prismatic evolutions and pulled quite a bit and got extremely lucky with 2 of the Umbreon special illustration wares. Wow, Diana, that is incredible. Under 100 packs total. Odds were crazy. That is crazy. Amazing pulls. I'd love that card. That's another card that I would like, but it's like what, about 800-900s roll, which is just nuts. Tamsu, thank you so much for the subscribe. Diana, the second time you pulled that Umbreon again, that must have been nuts though. Yeah, and the only other prismatic that I product that I picked up recently was the Eevee pouch. I managed to get one of those on pre-order, but then it was my niece's birthday recently, so she's a big Eevee fan. So that was whisked straight to her. I thought it'd make a nice birthday present. I think she enjoyed it. I think got the Flareon illustration rare, which is pretty cool. From 5 packs as well. That's good. Does Gimmighoul have a chance to spawn shiny in the towers? No. Outside of these events, it's completely shiny locked, which is which makes these events like so like, yeah, they're the important ones that you need to go after. Try and get the shiny. And if you could only do it in the time frame that you've got for the event, it's like pulling the winning lottery ticket, really. Yeah, absolutely, Gibbo. It's nuts. But that winning lottery ticket could be the next raid that we walk into. I really want to get it. I've been saying it. I'm like a broken record, but I want to get it so I can host it, and you know, those that don't have the time to hunt it have an easier time being able, or just the opportunity to pick it up, you know. And this could be it right now. When I thought the 0 IV Petra resets were tedious. Yeah, I felt the same with like Blood Moon and regular Ursaluna. Getting that 0 speed IV. Fireman, thank you so much for the good luck. Definitely need it. With all the talk of Pokemon misses with shinies, they killed it with both Zoro lines. Yes, they did. They did amazing. Like, there's some absolute banger shinies out there. Like, the first one that always springs to mind is like Mega Gengar. It's like regular Gengar shiny's not the best, but Mega Gengar, it's like perfect. So they do get a lot right. It's like they spend a lot of time on some Pokemon and then they run out of time to finish the rest of them off, and they're like, just pink, subtle. which is fine, I guess. Gotcha, I'm shiny as, yeah. Why couldn't they have just done it like the same as the Gimmighoul? Gibble's blue shiny is just amazing. One of my favorites. Jaima, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. Let's keep it going with these 5-star dens. Thank you so much for the good luck. I appreciate it. Definitely need it for this one. I'm gonna jinx it now, but normally the raid dens around this area when they pop up are normally 5-star. Continues. Power of Iona doesn't let us down. This is it. Could you imagine? Be amazing if it was. And let the hosting begin. Shini's got nerfed in 3D, always break my heart. Shinininja had a great shiny in Gen 3. Then Gen 6 they changed the base color, so much washed out. Yeah. Trying to think of some other ones, like Gen 2 Charizard was very cool. Then they changed that. I don't mind Charizard shiny now though, so that it's kind of like one of those where it was, yeah, wasn't too bad. I don't think this is it. I refuse to evolve my shiny Gibbite based on how bad Garchomp shiny is. Yeah, another feeling, mate. It's like, you have those, and then you have the ones that don't make sense. Like Tranquil goes full bright green, and then Unfezant back to normal. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. What was the thinking behind that? Because you think just keep it that vibrant green. It's weird. Matt, good morning, mate. How are you doing? First ring with the flame orb, does that mean burn does half the damage because of guts? No, so the residual chip that you get will still be the same, but guts doubles your attack stat when you're burned, or you have a status condition. So no shiny. Matt, I'm doing alright. How about yourself, mate? How are you doing today? And I picked up Arceus for the first time in a while, and I missed that shiny sound. Hope it's here in here too. Yeah, me and you both. There's something about it. It's just... Come on. Yeah, it'll be a big miss, I think, if they don't include it in ZA. I think a lot of people are hoping that it's going to be there. Taking it a day at a time, mate. Good to hear, mate. I hope everything keeps on improving, mate. And it's awesome to have you here. Maybe you're going to bring us some shiny luck. We've had nothing but 5-star raid dens since you come in, so that's a good sign. Maybe this is the one. Should be in all games going forward. I would agree with you, yeah. I think that shiny sparkle sound, the sparkles in the overworld when they spawn as well, I really like. Yeah, definitely that you won't miss it. It's as if Pokemon team is using ChatGPT to create shinies. Some turn out bangers, other goes like, I can't complete your request. Yeah, so true, isn't it? I always joke and say it's like, it's beer o'clock in the office and they've got like 3 or 4 more shinies to do for that day, and the deadline for those is that day, and they're like, happy hours ending 5 minutes, we gotta go. Just do whatever. Tiny subtle changes and then just submit them. I'm sure that's not what happens, but I always joke about that. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Hopefully it is. It'd be great to get this one, but I think it might take a little bit longer than what we've been going at it so far. The shiny in Violet was Master Chief. That's a cool shiny. I thought it was just weirdly colored because it was at night. Nice. Mine was a Zangoose, funny enough. It was a cool one to get. It's my first one. And how I didn't realize at the time how impactful that Zangoose would turn out to be for our good friend Riley. I'll not mention how I got it. It was... doesn't matter. I mean how easy it was. Feel bad then. Chalk it out. Oh. Chocolate was a really difficult shiny for me to get in Scarlet and Violet originally. I don't know how many sandwiches I set up. Even with the charm, I just couldn't find it. Right, I think I still have it on this cart. I don't think I ever took it off this game. Let's see. Should be in one of the first boxes, I think. Should be with these. These are like the early shinies that we got. Unless I did take it out. I don't think I would have done. I need to find it now. There it is, I think. There it is. Yeah, the first shiny I got. Scarlet and Violet. Very cool. Has it got the date? Yeah. Not too long after it was released. Or is that? No, is that? No, it's not long after. Yeah. So, that was a cool one to get. I'd love to get a shiny version of my Scarlet playthrough team, but Armory shiny is just, yeah. It's not bad, like the eye color is kind of cool in its own way, but it's not a shiny that ever really like pops out. And the potential for it, because its design is, I love like that Mega Man kind of theme design it's got. So the potential was there, but the shiny was lacking just a little bit. That's true, Julian. Yeah, great Raidmon. So, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Did you all see Poke Aim, the YouTuber in Milwaukee recently? Yes, I did. Yeah, that was hyped to see. Very hyped to see. It's nice to see Joey going out. Not only just going to the event, but like doing as well as he did. So, I was saying it earlier, hopefully it's not too long before Joey decides to go back out to another one. But it kind of doesn't surprise me, like Joey is seriously talented as a Pokemon. I like, if you've ever watched his content at all, you'll know how good he is. They didn't really make, you know, I've played in draft leagues with Joey before, and yeah, he's just a player. Like, if you picked a player to just randomly train up and go to a regional event and do well, you wouldn't be surprised that like Joey was one of those players to do that. He's got serious talent. Oh, new 5-star. My first shiny in Scarlet and Violet was Snorunt. Can't miss it being light blue. That's a cool one, Yonli. How you feeling for tonight, mate? Confident? I'm gonna be rooting on those Gunners. I want you in the final. Feel like it'd be justice if you win tonight. Definitely capable of doing it. And also, if you get through to the final, it means that you're going to be concentrating on that final. So when we play you in a week's time, you be like, it's all right. We've got nothing to play for in the league. We need to keep our players fresh for the Champions League final. Yeah, we don't want anyone getting injured or wearing themselves out against Newcastle. So you play the kids against us. That helps us get 3 points. Guarantees us Champions League place for next season, and you guys go and win it. There we go. We'll cut off the season right there. And your boy Ho lay on top of that. Joy's team as well was like fire. I really liked it, you know. And Ho, I think I might play it in the global challenge this weekend. I think I might. Probably with Miraidon. I don't know though yet. There's got to be other combinations that work well with it, so I would like to play around with some things. Zangoose is now preparing for the Battle Tower Challenge, and Ruby, nice. Team of Zangoose, Shininja, Registeel, solid teammate. Shiny boys are going to be getting the ribbon hunting themselves. That's very cool, mate. Mixtape, you never heard of him before. Joy does some epic content. But yeah, I think Joy's been one of the longest running, like, small gun singles Pokemon competitive trainers. It's never really gotten to that competitive space. Any particular reason why you're doing specifically those 3? Yes, Riley. For the ribbons, I think, right? Rad Dad, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. I'm doing all right, mate. Doing all right. Yeah, Miraidon Ho is just a good combination. They complement each other so well. Groudon Lunala is another core that I do like. But I haven't really... I got a little bit burnt with Groudon. Like, I got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Groudon from Reg G. But with Lunala support, it might do a little bit better. I don't know. Definitely an option. If you run from the raid, yeah. So, as far as I know, if you want to run from the raid and you're a bit unsure, if you come to this Pokédex screen and then come down to recently battled Pokemon and just click into it and check the details. If it was shiny, it would have the shiny symbol in the top left-hand corner to show, like, indicate that the Gimmighoul was shiny. So that'll give you a little bit of security against missing it if you think you have. Yeah, I saw that, Rich. Well, the battle's good. Wasn't familiar with the content until this weekend. I'm already into that cycle of competitive play. It's definitely different, like the singles and the small gun. But I think, like, when you look at like the big small gun players that have transitioned over to VG, they've all tended to do like very well. So I think it's a good base now for a lot more small gun players to be like looking at those players that have done that, taking that step over to be like, oh, I could do that as well, which I think will only benefit competitive play. Did you join the wings for the last for the live run? No, I didn't. Oh, what was that in master rank? It's good. You know, Lazama and Calyrex Ice supporter. Yeah, I still like Calyrex, Shadow and Zama. I think that's still a really solid core, you know. I think players have kind of started to figure out ways around it though, a little more than at the start of the format where it seemed like the pairing, you know. But that's kind of inevitable. It's always gonna happen. Catch a shiny yet, Christopher? No, not yet, mate. Nothing. Arsenal gonna win 3-1. Youngly, yes. That's what I like to hear. A couple of rice free kicks. Oh, that's good to hear, Rich. If you get that shiny golden boy, you have to nickname it Elon. Some other dumb rich person reference. Ruin my shiny goldingo. Nah, I don't know. Alright. I feel like this isn't, but we'll check it anyway. Yeah, I don't think it'll fall off completely, man. I think Kyogre's still got a really strong place in the format. Makes it hard with Miraidon Ho-Oh as a combination, because, you know, the Miraidon kind of forces the Terra Grass, and then Ho-Oh's in a position where it can really capitalize on that, so it's really hard to get around that pairing in particular. And then if you're playing like the Swordfish, like Kyogre Zacian doesn't appreciate sitting in front of a Ho-Oh that can Sacred Fire burn it, and it's not taking much damage from any of its stab attacks either. So, you know, I think the surge of that Kyogre Zacian at the start of the format, or around the start of the format, probably helped Ho-Oh find its place in the format, when I think it's probably always warranted a place. Maybe not on a single restricted format, but in a double definitely. So it's nice to see it getting some play at least. Would love to see Arsenal get through. Rice free kicks. I hope they do. I really do. I never normally want Arsenal to win, but I do tonight. I say that when they're in the Prem. No offense, Youngly. It's nothing personal. It's just because they're that good, right? But they got a bit of a job to do tonight, so hopefully they can get it over the line. But I just can't, I can't make my mind up with what restricted duo I want to test out this weekend. It's like ladder best of one, but it's still good practice. Just to give some stuff a try. A big part of me that's like, should I just play Ice Rider, Miraidon, put a build together with that? Or should I try the Lunala? I don't know. Tasha, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Wish you luck. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Definitely need it for this one though. Kyogre will come around for sure. I think we'll probably have a time where it does all right. I think it's like probably gonna sit around that A tier for a long time. I don't know if it'll ever get to S tier. Terapagos, Rayquaza. I'd love to see Rayquaza do well, but I just can't see it, unfortunately. Sorry, Riley. Terapagos though, I think definitely has a place. I think it's almost better in this regulation than it was in Regulation G because of that other legendary support that it's got. Check that one. I don't know if I checked this. Did I check that one on the edge? I don't think I did. Check that one. Matt, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, Ho-Oh is a very good fire restricted. Probably the only, like you say, like a lot of them could, but you kind of have to commit the terrestrialization, so then they're the Terra Hog of the team and it makes it easy, you know. So Miraidon, Cure Black, Lot of Ninetales, Iron Hands for a Graph, and Urshifu Single Strike. I can see it working. Like the Aurora Veil support that you've got there. Cure Black's interesting as well. Right. So friends, I think we'll wrap it there. I could only stream for about 2 hours today, so we're at that mark now. So rather than do another run on the map, we'll leave the number where it is, and we'll be back Friday. Like I say, I might start the Colosseum run, do the Dratini resets alongside it, or do the Colosseum run and check more of these dens on Friday. But I will just say thank you so much for coming by the stream today. It's been awesome to hang out with you all. If you're watching this retrospectively or live now, do drop a like on the stream. It does help out massively. You've got a couple of seconds. So yes, keep an eye out for the stream going up on Friday, and we might start that Colosseum run to get to the shiny hunt for the shiny Croc that we're going to ribbon master. So I think that should be quite fun to do. So we'll do something alongside it at the same time. Just sad that we weren't able to get the Gimmighoul when the event was running, but it doesn't mean we're not going to get it. We'll continue the hunt. Just means I won't be able to host it, which is the big sad about it all. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're up to. Keep an eye out on the channel tomorrow evening for the raid vid that'll be going up for the Metagross, and then I'll see you bright and breezy Friday morning. Lumpy, yes, on the treadmill, about to stop because we've been going about 2.5 hours. I'll tell you how far we've walked. We'll do the step count as well if you're interested. So nearly 10k, which isn't bad. Let's see what we've done. I'll stop it now. Let's see steps. So we've got today. I have been to the post office earlier, so you got to take some off there. But 13,000 steps, so that's not bad. Good. Right, friends, thank you so much for coming by today's stream. Like I say, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Young Lee, especially to you, good luck for Arsenal tonight. I hope they go through, and we can celebrate Friday, them in the final. Right, take it easy, friends. Have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye bye.